well, still waiting to get into the pick and ban phase. As far as Team Hype goes, possible picks, they might try to stick with the Varesh Blossom and maybe just go with a different melee. Hard to imagine that they'll do something like that, but we're right into it. Let's go. Waiting for those first restrictions. There they are. Varesh and Ulrich coming out first. So Ulrich getting banned out again. They do not want to give Ulrich to Mini. I don't blame them. Mini's really good on Ulrich.
And I don't blame them for the Varesh ban out either, but that's a good instant lock-in.
Yeah.
That's saying we want more melee pressure. We don't want that Croak happening to our backline again.
Yeah, Luminary, he does rock Thorn mainly, so not having him last picked, and I believe he might be one of the players that doesn't feel comfortable in multiple melees. I think I might be getting him mixed up with another player, but he does get Thorn here. Jumong getting locked in for EUNITED.
And the Jumong will give them those stuns. Again, we were talking about it as a corollary to the Jade. That's very true. Yeah. You can just run it at a distance, use your great throwing arm to lay out the traps, find the stuns, create opportunities.
And the second pick, thinking Blossom, there it is. They want to get that through. Lucy on the side of EUNITED. Lucy just all-around great support. If you ever listen to ITF talk about Lucy, you'd think that she was the greatest character ever made in a video game.
You know who else ITF can talk for ages about? Jade.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you're like,
he doesn't anymore. He realizes Jade is, Jade.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Oh.
It's like,
what happened to him?
What's that?
What happened to him?
I mean, he became a commentator.
No!
God bless him.
This isn't the ITF, I know. He could talk for ages.
He can talk for ages, and it's great. It's great to see him get excited about that sort of thing. Waiting for the second restrictions to come in, but Blossom Thorn always solid, and Lucy Jumong, I think they're, again, going for a kind of combination where it's similar with Pestilus. They want to find a way to be able to support a front line without having to get into the mess themselves. Lucy has a lot to be able to peel, so much peel with Lucy, and Randler's really good on
Randler. And his Lucy, though. Yeah. That's like a whole nother level. Yeah. Because Randler doesn't just find healing on the Lucy. He doesn't just find support. He also fairly consistently finds really big damage numbers on his Lucy. And that's mostly from his Toxin Bolts. That's also occasionally from these massive crippling goos. He's really fun to watch on Lucy.
He is super fun to watch on Lucy. And Lucy just has so much in her kit to be able to peel. And obviously, you have the Lucy Goo, you have the Clarity Potion. You have so much available to you to be able to just, cause havoc for your team and cause separation and zone players out. And then you have Jumong, which, we've been talking about Jumong for this whole season because we see nothing but Jumong and Iva. But Jumong just has such a long range, and the double traps, double rain of arrows is so hard to avoid when he's that far away. And the second restrictions come in, and they do not want to give Sarmia Bako, so they block that out, and Jumong restricted on the side of Team Hyped.
I'm not sure how I feel about the Jumong ban. I guess it makes sense because I just don't think Team Hyped would have been likely to go for that. And I think it's obvious that they should pick Iva.
I like the Bako ban again for Sarmia, not just because it's Sarmia, but also because you kind of block out. You don't want those in caps for free damage, free steady shots from Jumong, and just it's a lot of damage that could come out from Jumong and Bako together, finding those leaps into the in caps. So this third pick, I think for EUNITED's melee, I'm really interested in what they're going to go with. It could go
Shifu.
They could go Shifu, but it's going to be Rook and Jade being locked in for Team Hype. So we see Jade on the opposite side, and Rook and Jumong. I don't mind this Rook pick on EUNITED.
I would have preferred an Iva over on Team Hypes, but I can understand that they might have felt like they didn't have enough burst damage if that was the case.
Yeah.
EUNITED, I would have liked a Shifu because of the sustained potential, but the Rook is a better pick into the Thorn. That's a specific, I'm going to take this Thorn-Rook matchup and we're going to win it just because we have that. So, overall, I actually still favor EUNITED, but I think Team Hyped have a better draft.
I think that it's going to be tough. I think against Thorn, Thorn versus Rook is a very interesting matchup because it just comes down to Thorn being able to block out Rook. And,
right.
Hit him with the entangles and be able to block him out from the rest of his team. I think that Thorn is good against this composition, but it's going to be tough for the rest of his team to be able to support.
I really do think Rook just hands down wins the matchup because he has so much stunt interrupt.
Yeah.
The only thing Thorn can do is send a projectile that interrupts, and then he can burrow and run away.
Right.
If he spent the burrow, there's a rush to follow.
Yeah.
If he spent the, if he tries to go for a close range interrupt, you can smash over it, and you can always get a devastating smack combo and really tear up a Thorn who's overstayed his welcome.
Well, TJ, we're gonna find out. We've talked a lot about it. We have gone on, and now we're finally gonna play the game.
That was an
Play the
intimidating
match.
point you just did at me.
No one saw the point. It's all right.
I don't see the point.
And Dragon Garden Night, a beautiful map indeed. I could do this map every time and I'd be happy.
Yeah, just the opening panoramic shots. You get those lights from IKEA we were talking about yesterday?
I'm not going to IKEA.
Really?
Yeah, you don't buy lights from IKEA.
Okay. I didn't realize I was on the desk with a high-class home decorator.
I order my home decorations custom made online.
From Amazon?
No, online.
Oh, okay.
We don't sell out around here.
Oh.
We don't do that. But a nice little, like you said, panoramic shot going in. That would be a nice place to stand. You see the crowd. It'd be hard to see the arena from there. They got
I
little,
disagree.
Like,
you would see nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't
It'd be
see
awful.
anything.
However, we do have a good match. I think Team Hyped have... well, I don't think they can succeed in this match because of what EUNITED showed last game. However, if it happens because they shut down the Rook.
Oh.
And so far, they're struggling.
Yeah, Mini immediately getting bullied away. Sermia wants to cause havoc here against Ivar. And up on the top half, you see a lot of damage coming out from Luminary. Actually did a lot there.
But he's returned now. He's straight
no,
too
he got
close to the
turned back
Rook.
around, and then rushed right to death is Sermia into Thorn. And Team Hyped going down a guy early.
You do not get to return to that Thorn fight. If you're out of cooldowns as a Thorn, you should not retreat into a Rook.
No.
Because then you're out of cooldowns next to a Rook, which is not an improvement on your previous situation.
He's just got so much available to him all the time. The ult gonna come through, get the kill on Blossom, and just miss out on Jade.
Good shot, Ivar, but EUNITED want nothing to do with it.
Just gonna avoid everything for as long as possible. The Lucy Q.
That was full saturation behind that tree bed.
Overkill, why not? And EUNITED, that's a statement.
Yeah, the thumbs up from the Rook, I think, say it all.
I think it does, absolutely.
That was Strymia. He had a little bit of trouble at the opening of the round, then they shifted their focus. The rest of EUNITED took a bit of damage, but Strymia took over the back line. They had to fall back, try and save their support, and the second that happens, the Thorn starts losing his match when he needs to retreat. All of a sudden, like I talked about, you have a gift-wrapped tree as a present.
He gets the rush onto Mini again. Just wants to keep Mini away from his team. The Gust is the last thing Mini had available to him, and trying to target switch a tree right into Sermia's
Doesn't
face.
matter.
He takes a lot of damage though, gets back out.
Not nearly as devastating as last time, but you can still see the definite benefits of that Rook into the backlines. Team Hyped do get the orb, but unless they have more follow-up than this, that will not be enough.
The Dance of the Dryads is huge there. Does a lot of damage to Sermia, and there's no follow-up right now. Jumong and Lucy both way too far back to be able to do anything about it. Sermia going back in, gets the double stun on the M2, but has to retreat back, try to get this orb. They do get it.
It's not enough because they don't have center control. So all the permanent HP damage they're doing needs to be longer term, because for right now, they can just reset, grab these green HP orbs, and just have all the HP they need.
Oh, and getting more push out of it.
Down to the Dryad.
The double
Oh, the
arrows.
triple Petrify bolt! What on earth?
What a pet.
Rattler!
What a pet Randler. Yeah, EUNITED right now. Firing on all cylinders. Sermia
Watch this crippling
just block out Mini from the fight.
Watch this crippling goo. The second that burrow's spent, I would have expected the crippling goo to come through. They instead wait a moment because Rattler's not quite in range. It's spent instead down bottom.
Sermia just bullied away Luminary.
Woo.
And now the Dance of the Dryads comes up, keeps
Randler.
everybody up. Randler in a little bit of trouble, has to just kind of run away.
He's doing the Tom Cruise run.
All by himself, but his teammates are there to finally get back to him. Jade goes down against Excafu. Excafu has no challenger in that respect. He has all of his health still. Luminary going down as well, and EUNITED going to take the first 2 games of this match.
That was one of the top 10 Lucy escapes I've ever seen.
That was amazing.
He was just pulled so far, his only option to escape is to run further forward, but then, as he thinks he's gotten to safety, the arena starts shrinking. This storm starts coming in, and thankfully his team had saved the day by then, but that was risky. Randler, absolutely spectacular play to survive it all.
Excafu also just didn't feel any pressure that game whatsoever, and Luminary was forced back every single time, and he got so much damage off because of it.
Yeah, very, very well done. And I also would want to talk about that triple petrify, because even though that was just one moment,
was amazing.
Randler, in doing that, was able to create an option for his team, because they were actually kind of in trouble at that moment the triple petrify came through, and the fact that he's constantly there landing utility petrify bolts, panics, is absolutely helping save EUNITED.
Oh, and Excafu in a little bit of trouble here. He took a little bit of damage, able to reposition and get out. Sarmia's going to go right in, gets pushed away before he can land a double stun. But EUNITED have control of this orb, and they get it. Sarmia immediately goes right back in, wants to cause just avoids Luminary. He's like, I don't want you, I'm going straight to Mini.
Very well done.
Another stun. Oh, and the double rain of arrows coming out as well. That's a lot of damage on to Ivar, but Ivar actually gets healed back up by Mini a good bit. I think he only lost 1 true HP bar instead of 2, which that would have definitely cost.
Watch these ults though, Dragon Slayer available. There it will be deployed as you have the Petrify. That's guaranteed damage. Armor break for the combo. The Gust is all that's left is defense, and Mini has barely any HP.
And the Deadroot's coming out just for Luminary to get back to his team.
More like a life route, because it was the only way he stayed alive.
He was getting away.
However, this is, again, complete center control to EUNITED. No damage matters because they can reset it with orb pickups.
Double rain of goodbye, good night. No, sir, you will not win this game. EUNITED.
Mount up, run, flee.
And they will win game number 3.
No, that is very, very good. EUNITED.
Oh, smacked in the face.
EUNITED dominating mid control, and again, every time they guarantee mid control, they guarantee a round, in my opinion.
There was one point in that game where Luminary had actually gotten the orb, but he was completely away from the rest of his team, and it put him in that bad position where he eventually had to use his dead roots to reposition, because Sarmia is just wrecking your team, dude. And it's so difficult when you're trying to find the mid control, you're trying to confirm that orb, but it was just a difficult position to be in.
That's why I was so worried about that Rook-Thorn matchup, because he has to take it to keep his team alive.
Yeah.
There's no way to keep his team alive unless he is there on the front lines fighting back the Rook, and that is not a viable option, I feel.
Barpa's keeping him up, but it's not going to matter. Sarmia going all in right now. A ton of damage being thrown out on to Luminaire. Luminaire.
They get the orb.
They do get the orb. And able to reposition. That's huge.
They found decent damage onto the front line.
Oh, the double rain of arrows.
But he gets the counter, he gets the green HP shards, and he's completely reset.
Oh my gosh, Sarmia's doing work right now. Just absolutely smacking.
Spins!
So many stuns. Misses that one. But actually pushes Mini out of the double rain of arrows.
If you spin before you do... Ooh, he stole the orb.
It's comical to watch, for sure.
If you spin before you do a smack, it does extra damage.
It's called spin to win. Deadroot's coming out to try to confirm the orb. They do get it. So 2-0 now for Team Hyped on the orbs.
Oh, Sarmia.
Come out, that's big damage onto Sarmia. Sarmia gonna go down off of that combo. The Lucigu gonna come in, try to cause some more damage into the double rain of arrows. It is going to happen, and now Ivar having to leap out. He wants to chase him down. Excafu wants to trade desperately, but he's gonna take a lot of damage in.
Nice!
And coming down, Luminaire gonna get in his face. Excafu taking a ton of damage, gets pulled back in, gets out of it, barely gets the shield, doesn't matter. Excafu gonna go down. Huge plays from Team Hyped.
And that is what happens when you showboat a little bit too much right there. You can do all your spinning, you can do all your winning, but you can't combine the two.
Yeah, you didn't spin to win that time, but that is okay. That is all right, and good job by Team Hype to fight their way back into it, as it was just Steamroll City for them early. They had taken 8 straight games, EUNITED.
And I do feel like it was an overextension on the spins that kind of cost them everything. Sarmia stayed too far forward, didn't have the cooldowns, just got
He got caught on a rush, and
yeah.
That can be unfortunate because you banking on these rushes. He missed the stun on his M2, and if you don't hit those, you're kind of in a little bit of a bad spot until your rush comes back up. So it's hard if you can't reposition. He got stunned.
And we'll have to see if they can do that again, because I do believe, once again, punishing, shutting down this roof, like I said at the beginning of the set, is how they can turn this around. But it comes, once again, from taking a disadvantage fight. Luminary cannot win that. He needs his teammates to back him up whilst he's taking it.
Oh, and Team HYP get the orb again. They've done good on the mid control in the last 2 games. Early in this one. Sumia want to just rush in, and here he goes. He gets stunned and then takes a ton of damage. And the Tree of Life trying to keep them up, and they do hit the counter. It allows them to reposition the explosive shells. Beats him down a little bit, but the counter ate, or the Berserk ate most of it.
Yeah, he was very lucky that that counter got popped. Otherwise, he's probably dead right now. Oh, he misses the rush.
He's able to back out. They do hit the counter.
He's not interested in backing out.
Oh, no, he doesn't want to. It doesn't matter.
He keeps going in.
He's got Rambler. He doesn't need to back out. Oh, pushes it back in. That was good, but still inside the Tree of Life. Wants to rush back, get the orb. Finally, EUNITED able to get an orb, get some more energy. Randler and Excafu can actually take the front line here. Allows Sirmia just to back up, reposition, go in. But Tree of Life is there to support Luminary.
He's so low, and he doesn't have the EX for the EAT either, and now he's separated from line of sight from his support. Randler needs to save him and barely does so.
They go to get the second orb. Luminary coming up, tried to throw the roots at him, but
they have a crippling goop. I want to see this if things get dangerous. As again,
already dangerous for Sirmia. He's in such an interesting spot. He's going to reposition off the mount, go right back in on Luminaries.
Oh, the double Dragon Slayer in the backlines during that time.
Oh, he pulled him out of the double Rain of Arrows as well, right into the Tree of Life. That orb, who's going to get it? Team HYP gets that orb. That's big. Dance of the Dryads is available. Jade getting up there as well for explosive shells. The Dance of the Dryads comes out and annihilates Sirmia.
And the goo gets nothing. There's the burrow to dodge. Luminary's already on the offensive, and Team HYP have a second round.
And Randler now in trouble. He's going to go down. Well, he's going to stay out for now, but now he's going to go down.
They almost ignored him.
Yeah, we don't need you anymore, Randler. So Team HYP fought back, and they pull within 1 here against against EUNITED.
Very well done by Team HYP. They are addressing the 2 major problems. The things that have been losing them rounds have been Srymia and center control. That round, they got both.
Yeah.
And the potential of them to shut down the Srymia is so difficult. That's a very hard... I mean, it's Rook, and as I touched on, I don't believe they have a favorable matchup in the melees. So that means when he commits, not only does that unfavorable fight need to be taken, the Thorn needs to take a losing battle, but he also needs the backup of Mini, and most importantly, of Ivar to really find damage.
When you notice that, Mini's done a great job of keeping Luminary up, and the tree has always been right next to Luminary. It allows them to keep that front line up, and they won the mid battle because of it. This first orb looking like it's going to be EUNITED's to take. They try to steal it, and a great knock away for EUNITED to confirm that orb. Double stun coming out. That could be big damage. The tree comes out to try to mitigate it. Sirmia wants to keep onto Luminary, and now that damage going to be coming out, and EUNITED pushing forward. Petrify on, and they get out.
As the damage shifts towards Srymia, this is allowing Randler to play a little bit more of an aggressive role because he's no longer worried about himself being rushed by the Thorn. That's why you're seeing more Petrify ults come through, more major plays offensively from the backline support.
Coming in, Sirmia missing that rush again. Dance of the Dryads available. Sirmia could be in a little bit of trouble here. It does come out, and he does get away from it. So Dance of the Dryads doesn't get a ton of value, does keep Luminary up. Almost lost his true HP on that. The explosive shell's not going to get any value either. The orb's up. They don't have ults to confirm it. The Dead Roots comes in too late, and EUNITED get that orb. Big ult coming out from Sirmia.
Oh, my goodness!
Damage, and the steady shot coming out from Excafu, and Mini has no health left because of it.
The Dragon Slayer was popped well before that Dead Roots was gone. He had faith in the timing. The second Dead Roots fades. It is perfect. Srymia has laid the table out for him, and he has dinner.
Well, they can't get to Excafu either. Try to get some damage onto him. Another Dance of the Dryads, but it's gone. And now Sirmia against Luminary just wants to reposition here. Luminary won't let him, pushes him back in, says, come on, fight me. And he says, okay, hit my Berserk, hit him right in the counter.
Luminary should not be perfectly willing to take that fight because it is a losing one, particularly with backup. This orb will be picked up by Team HYP. That's very major, actually.
Absolutely, because Jade sitting on this explosive shells. It could be the game changer that they need. Sirmia in the back trying to hold.
Crippling goo.
The crippling goo comes out.
Oh, the root network!
The root was great, and Lucy goes down. Randler's out of the fight. Sarmia wants to get a trade here. Can't find his way in. Looking, he gets the double stun. Gets the rock out of the death fog, but there is nothing. Waiting, aiming. He misses the dragon strike, and that needed.
But he gets the trade.
He does get the trade on the Blossom, and now we're in a 2v2. Pushing it away, Excafu finds the root on to Luminary. Luminary in a little bit of trouble now. They push him out of the Death Fog Mini. Not available. Double rain of arrows coming out. Thorn goes down. And EUNITED turn it back around. They found the trade. They found the kill. And they take it to match point.
My goodness. When that Dragon Slayer went wide, I thought the round was over.
Yeah,
but
as soon as he missed it.
Somehow, both Excafu find so much sustained damage over the course of the round, and Sarmia manages to pull out a kill all by himself, 1v2ing, just landing all his stuns and focusing down the Blossom. The second they get the opponent's support and they have higher overall HP bars, they basically won the round.
So now Team Hyped did a great job of kind of isolating Sarmia in the last like three or so rounds. Sarmia getting a little smarter, but it's tough when he misses his rushes, and then Luminary is able to make him pay, or not Luminary, excuse me, Ivar is able to make him pay. But moving forward, United just need one more to go up 2-0 in these maps. Like, just landing double stuns all day. He's taking a ton of damage. There it is. They're capitalizing on it. Big stuns. He tries to rush back in. He doesn't care. He has the support from Randler. Randler does confirm the orb for EUNITED here. Big for them as Excafu moves in and does some more damage here.
Look at how much Sarmia can reset in terms of HP during that time, though, just by getting the HP shards, the orb. He's like already back to 75% HP.
Yeah.
And that is enough. That is what center control affords you.
Randler able to keep him up this next orb. Gonna go to EUNITED. No, he's coming
out. The rush vest.
Steal it. Ivar can't get it. EUNITED was able to confirm it, but a good attempt by Ivar. They wanted to get up there, and it doesn't cost them too much for pushing up trying to get that orb.
Yeah, and it matters that they're contesting it. Even if they don't find value, it matters that they are. Ooh, this was like an intentional cutoff play. Yeah. That was interesting. It didn't work out, but really cool.
Yeah, Burrow was available for Luminary, so he was able to get out of it. And now EUNITED, are they gonna confirm? No, Ivar finally gets the steal for Team Hyped, and the big snipe just missed. Sarmia wanting to go back in, that petrify right on the Luminary. They try to throw it onto him. The Dance of the Dryads is there to protect him.
Oh,
Excafu. A little bit of damage off. Excafu is in trouble. The Tree of Life there to allow them to stay up, and then a double stun from Sarmia. He doesn't want to let up. The Gust going to keep him away and buried away. Team Hyped gets the next orb. Big for them. Dead Roots almost available here, is available now for Luminary.
The fact that they're able to contest the center control is so important. There's Dead Roots. He has to ult in the middle of it, so it has to be cancelled. There's no way to survive for Sarmia without backing up, and he does, but now they re-engage. That is a massive crippling goo, and they hold the Thorn right in the midst of it.
Luminary trying to get away, but it's right into Randler and Excafu, the only place he could have gone, and they don't get the orb, and Luminary goes down, and EUNITED are going to take map 2. What a play by Luminary earlier. As soon as as soon as Sarmia throws the ult, Dead Roots comes out. He gets stunned out of his ult. You have the play right there, but then he gets pushed out. You forgot about Excafu. The double rain of arrows. You hit him on the stun. There was nothing they could do about it.
You can't forget about Excafu in rounds like that. I think he got MVP just because of the sustained damage. Yeah, he missed like one major Dragon Slayer, but he's doing so much.
Yes, absolutely. It was a really, really good play there. Now EUNITED.
1,200 average damage.
It's a little.
1,200 average damage!
It's a couple of damage.
That's insane.
It's a couple. I mean, look, he did a little bit of damage. It's all right. But now EUNITED up 2-0 in maps. They only have to win one more map to move on to the playoffs. And again, it's not over for Team Hyped if they do lose the next map. They do have another chance. They would